What's up, y'all? This is Be Better Than Your BS with Risha Grant, the people's champ. No fluff, no filters, just real women with real receipts. Talking leadership, life, pressure, purpose, and what it really costs to show up fully. Whether you're climbing the corporate ladder or building something of your own, if you've ever felt too much for some rooms and not enough for others, pull up a chair. These conversations are for you. This is the Zerlo Network, powered by people who make it possible. Welcome to Be Better Than Your BS. Life and business are about more than titles and wins. They're about how you show up and the culture you create around you. Sports taught me that early: discipline, teamwork, and knowing how to pivot under pressure. And that's why I do this show. I'm Risha Grant, the people's champ, bringing you real conversations with leaders and change makers who are rewriting the game. My guest today is Kenya Mobley, the owner of On Track Truck Driving School in Arlington, Texas. Kenya didn't just start a business, she turned a dream into reality, literally. One night she dreamed of books, a classroom, and trucks, and instead of ignoring it, she built 100% woman-owned driving school in one of the most male-dominated industries out there. She's creating opportunities, giving second chances, and changing the face of trucking by opening doors for women and anyone ready to build a better future. This is a conversation about faith, persistence, and what it really means to bet on yourself. Let's get to it. Kenya, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. It's truly an
so
honor.
Dope what you do. That is so
we just dope people. That's
it. So we want to start where it all began and understand your mindset and what put you on track to owning a trucking company of all things.
Well, actually, it's a truck driving school.
Okay.
So I have no one in my family is a truck driver.
Okay.
I have to say, literally, it was a dream from God. Like, I had no clue. I'm the type of person, I guess the dream come because I'm the type of person I like to see people excel in life.
Yeah.
And so God gave me that dream
so
to
tell
be
us the dream. Tell us about the dream.
So I went to sleep and I had a dream and I saw trucks, I saw books, it was a classroom setting, it was a whiteboard, and I saw people sitting in chairs and sitting on top of tables. And the next morning I woke up, I was like, what is that about?
Yeah.
So at the time I went to my friend girl and I was like, girl, I saw trucks and classrooms and books, and she was like, that's a truck driving school, because she was a trucker.
Oh, okay.
I said,
okay.
People go to truck driving school? She said, yes. And then she told me, she said, I bet you won't do it.
That was it, huh?
That was it.
That was it. Dare me.
Don't dare me. Do not dare me. Yes.
So before On Track, what was your career path?
So my career path before On Track, I owned a childcare center in Arlington. And it was a Time to Love Learning Center. And we catered mostly to kids that was, financially indigent, those who had been in CPS, those who've been abused in foster care. So, like I say, my purpose has always been to nurture.
Right,
yes.
right. So what led you to entrepreneurship, though? Because, from a dream now, I believe in dreams,
yes.
But entrepreneurship is no small feat. You have to 100% commit
yes.
to entrepreneurship.
Yes.
So what was that path like? Because I know you didn't just wake up, have the dream. You have the dream, wake up, and just jump into it, or did you?
No. Okay. So I've always been the type to, I love my time.
Yes.
And I always wanted to work for myself. So when I would take on positions where I worked at McDonald's, I would always become the team lead. Even when I worked for, corporate hospitals, I would always become the lead. So I always had those leadership experience, and it was about just taking the leap of faith to just bet on myself.
And what did it look like to bet on you?
I'm not gonna give you the fluffy, because most people are like,
no, give me the real.
This, that, and baby,
it's not even me. Give the people the real.
Give the people the real. This is the real. This is not this God truth. You're gonna have to do a bunch of praying, a bunch of fasting. You're gonna cry. You're gonna cry some more. You're gonna laugh. You're gonna cry some more. But through it all, you just gotta keep trusting the process and trust in yourself. And I promise you, You'll be okay, but you're going to cry some more.
And the tears don't stop. I've been doing it 27 years. So the tears never stop.
Never stop.
It is the most challenging thing that I think a person can choose to do with their life.
Yes.
Is to have a business. Because one of the things that got me about it is when I started to grow and I started to get employees.
Yes.
And I remember them coming in the office talking about, oh, I just got a new apartment. I just bought a new car. And my mindset was like, oh, Lord. So I just got a new apartment. I got a new car payment. I got, and I thought about that and I was like, so I'm not just supporting myself, I'm supporting all these people. And that scared the hell out of me, if I'm being honest.
Yes, it's the honest truth. And, sometimes, especially when you're starting out in this journey, there will be times where you have to make sure that they can pay their bills and you sitting back and you don't even know how you going to pay your bills.
Yes.
That's
real.
And I think the employees don't even know to that extent how much we care about them, that we don't have just to make sure you guys have. Yeah,
and there was a book out called Pay Yourself First, and I read it because I thought, well, this would be nice, Am
I gonna apply?
Yes, I read it and I couldn't do it, in the way that it described. I had to maybe I'm putting $50 back one time, maybe I can put $5,000 back another time. But there's no way I can pay me knowing that the people that are giving their all for me are not getting paid.
Exactly.
It's like I got to go get that 5,000, I go get that 50, and I got to make sure that they're good. What has been the biggest challenge?
The biggest challenge for me, I would say, it's always when you have a school, it's always the net 30s. Like you sitting around the cash flow.
Yes.
When the cash flow, it'll dry up, then all of a sudden, boom. It's all here.
Yes.
And then you like, okay, I'm going to give a little bit here and a little bit.
Yes.
So that to me is the cash flow.
Yeah.
And I'm sure with probably 60% of other entrepreneurs, that's what it is.
Cash flow is one of the biggest issues that any entrepreneur faces. So let's go back a little bit. Tell me about your growing up and the values that shape the way you see the world. Tell me a little bit about the past and what, because the past helps push toward the future.
You in my business
I'm
now.
all in your business.
So yeah, you in my business now. So people like to say, "Oh, I come from humble beginnings."
Yeah.
Ain't nothing humble about.
It was not humble beginnings.
There's nothing humble about being poor. So I'm from Greenville, Mississippi, down in the Delta. Of course, it's poverty stricken.
Yes, very much.
And so what shaped me, I think, to where I am now is my grandmother's praying and over me and giving me a foundation of God and always to follow my purpose. Right. But my childhood was very, very challenging. I didn't know what I wanted to be. I knew what I didn't want to be. Right. If that makes sense.
It makes perfect sense.
Yeah. So I knew that I didn't want to be, caught up in a system where I'm collecting, government assistance. I did for a short amount of time. Like my grandmother said, if your leg broke, use the crutch. Once it healed, put it down. Yes. So I used that method that she gave me. And so, I knew I didn't want to be on welfare. And I was a teen mom. So I knew I had to provide for my kids. So just that grind and hustle, just wanting more for me and my kids, it's shaped who I am. And I think that spills on to other people. I want them to have the best. Yeah. No matter where you come from.
Yeah, I definitely, there's enough money in this country for everybody to at least have a place to stay and food to eat. Exactly. I truly, truly believe that. And I think that we're only going to get there not by depending on the systems, because we see the systems fail all the time, but by depending on each other. Yes. Is the true way to get there. So how did owning a trucking company first introduce you to the possibilities? Because trucking company, I can only imagine the level of stuff that you have to deal with, especially it being a male-dominated area.
Okay, let me go back. Okay, I really think it was the childcare center that got me to dream big. Okay. And so, we stop, as adults, we stop imagining things. Yes. It's not until you go back and you tap into your childhood. And so me having a child care center, having fake tea parties, pretending I was a princess, riding a dragon.
Now you're doing this with the kids?
At the kids, when I had the child care center, because I love doing that stuff. And so I think that's what sparked my imagination. That brought my creativity back to life.
I love that.
Yeah, so
Yes.
God gave me the dream of owning a truck driving school. When I didn't even know what it was, you know?
Yeah.
So mine started with the childcare center, just learning to dream again.
So what was the personal BS that you had to push through? Because, you know, we all carry it, we all have it. What was it that you were pushing through?
How much time you have?
Okay, give us the top two or three.
Just being a female in that space, like wanting to own a truck driving school, just being
Yes.
a female, and not only a female, a black female.
Yes.
So that's like the top BS. Like nobody's taking you serious. And then the point is, another fact is, I don't even have a driver's license. I don't even have a commercial driver's license. So therefore, they really didn't take me serious. Like, how are you gonna teach me something that you don't even have?
Right. You like, I'm bringing the people in to teach you.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
that's a lot of BS.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, but the way that people think, and I think the way that entrepreneurs think, entrepreneurs see opportunity where other people see obstacle.
Yes.
And so the fact that you were able to see through that, that's amazing to me.
Yes.
And do you have a CDL now?
No.
You still
I have no desire.
you're still like, I
have
don't
no
need it. I'm
desire.
not doing it.
I'm not doing it. Even when I share with my students, you know, when people ask me, I always say, I use the Henry Ford method. You know.
So explain the Henry Ford method.
You know, it's like you don't have to be in there in the Nixon cranny. You hire smart people to do it.
Yes.
And I'm not afraid to tell people that my staff is smarter than I am.
I always want to be surrounded with people
Yeah,
smarter
my
than
staff,
me.
they're smarter than me.
Yes.
So yeah.
Give me one early lesson you learned about business.
Is make sure you're able to check the checker.
Check the checker.
Check the checker. And that means you're able to, even though I don't know how to drive a commercial truck,
Right.
I know what the pre-trip is supposed to look like. You have an accountant, but you need to go and check your money to make
Yes.
sure
Yes.
that he's doing what he's supposed to do.
Check the checker, y'all.
Check the checker.
I once heard Oprah say, I still sign every check.
Yes,
And I
ma'am.
thought, if Oprah can sign every check, I definitely will be signing my little
That
checks.
part right there. That part.
All right, y'all, stick with us. Coming
Yes.
up, Kenya shares the bold moves and pivotal plays that helped her break through and build a thriving business. Want more of what you're watching? Watch us on Roku, Amazon Fire, or listen on Spotify, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio, to name a few. We're here with Kenya Mobley, and now we're talking about the big plays, the bold moves, and the pivots that turned her dream into reality. Kenya, every entrepreneur knows that there's one turning point where everything changes. For you, what was the boldest move that got your business off the ground?
COVID.
That was the bold move?
COVID.
Okay, explain that.
Because when COVID happened, we learned that truck drivers were considered essential workers, right?
Yeah.
And so, when I just wanted to start off small, I just have a small truck driving school. COVID come, and now everybody wanted to be truck drivers because it was tons of money out there.
Right.
And so I had to take the bold move to hurry up and learn this industry real fast because I opened in 2019. COVID happened 2020.
Early.
So I had to make that bold move and start purchasing trucks like right away.
So how
when
did
I
you
didn't
just start
know.
purchasing trucks? Because those trucks are that's not a small purchase.
Oh,
so
no.
how do you, what happened that helped you to get funding? And I think this is really important because most entrepreneurs, first of all, just getting started is a lot, but then actually trying to find the capital that we need to keep moving. So how did you do that?
So fortunately, I had the childcare center. So the childcare center, the resources I had from that, I was able to take that and invest into the truck driving school.
Okay.
So that's how I done that. And then I'm a jack of all trades. I teach CPR, first aid CPR. I'm gonna make some money.
You're gonna make some money.
I'm gonna make some money.
What would you encourage an entrepreneur to do though that's looking to figure out how am I going to actually get the money for this to happen?
Friends.
You think go to friends instead of banks?
Of course, because I'm the type of person, I don't like people to tell me no. You
Yes.
know. So my friends know how I am, how I'm passionate about things, and they won't know once I bring them an idea, I'm going to see it through.
Yeah.
So if your friends know that you're the type of person that's going to see it through, I'm sure they don't have a problem with, even if it's $100.
Yeah.
You know, you think about it, if you have, 10 friends, $100,
Yeah.
you know, do the math.
And you say that I did that, friends and family.
Yeah.
I went to friends and family. I had a whole little plan. It was about 3 pages. I was asking everybody for $1,200 a piece. Now, only 3 people did it.
Yes.
But it got me through that time.
Exactly.
And thank God they love me, because it took me forever to pay them back that little $1,200. It took forever to,
Yes.
I'm like, I'm glad y'all love me and still talking to me, because, but I think they were seeing me work. Like, it wasn't like I was chilling. I bought a new car on the money. Like, they were seeing all the things that I was doing and all the things that I was going through. So if you ask friends and family for money, make sure they see you grinding. And if it takes you a while to pay it back, stay in contact with them. Let them know what's happening, so it doesn't look like you just took the money and ran. Yes. So what was your first big win that made you feel like, yes, this is working, I got this?
My first big win, it didn't happen till years later.
That's okay.
Okay, yeah. My first big win is I put in a bid for a contract, and I won a contract with a municipality. And I was like, girl, now you doing contracting?
Yes.
Girl. So that was the big move for me. That gave me the boost to know that, you know, you are doing quality, because the municipality is not just going to give any and everybody a contract.
Right.
And so then that gave me the assurance that, okay, you can do it again. See who else got contracts out there. And that was a turning point for me.
I love it, because so many businesses go after contracts, and I hated doing the whole bid stuff. I hated doing it, because they ask you questions that you're like, I have no idea about, but you got to make it up and make it sound good. But I've never liked bids, but I know so many people that have won bids, and I think I may have won one. Yes. And I'm like, nah. But it is a route. It is a route that you should definitely look at. Marketing your school with the viral post was huge. Tell us about the viral post.
So the viral post. So the post, of course, you know, March is International Women's Month, right? And so, like I say, I'm big on women, supporting women. You know, that's my thing. Yeah. So after I put the school together, I just stood outside the front door and I took a picture. I said, the boys wouldn't let us play in a sandbox, so I created my own.
I love it.
And the next morning I woke up, I was like, ping, 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 ping. I was like, what the world? And then I go down to the building, like people just standing outside. Go on social media, I have Arlington, Virginia fighting over me and Arlington, Texas fighting over me. So that
is
picture,
amazing.
Yes.
That is amazing. And how many people did it reach?
Oh my God, I can't even tell you. It thousands, like hundreds of thousands. It was everywhere. Newspapers. It was.
So you had people lined up, just ready to get in school.
Ready to go. And the fact that, you know, seeing a woman do it with no mentor, that was even a wow factor for them.
That was a question I was about to ask. Any mentors, any people that you could call on? Nobody.
Crickets.
I hope you'll be that somebody for it, because it is super important. I was blessed in that way. I did have a mentor. Yes. And it was so special to me, because I could just stop by and say, I have no idea about this. So I really, I love that you'll get that back, because it's super important. What was the hardest part of breaking into the male-dominated industry?
The hardest part is just being a woman.
Did you think respect? Did you have the respect that you felt like you deserved?
Eventually, I did, because I carried myself with respect.
Right.
I didn't cower down when I walked into the room. Are you hurt? Yes, I am hurt. How can I help you? You know, so just me having that personality and building that, look at me, I'm here, I'm not going anywhere, avatar, helped me to maneuver the male-dominant industry.
And were there any mental gymnastics for you to get to that space? Because it can be hard to get to the space of, you know what, I am she, what you want. Like, it can be difficult. So were there any mental gymnastics that you had to jump through?
Yes. So my childhood plays back. So I always have reference points for me. And I'm like, okay, if you made it through that, you can do this. You did that, you can do this. You jumped through that hurdle, you can jump over this hurdle.
Right.
So it's just my past, my reference points.
I love that those reference points are pushing you forward instead of pulling you back.
Yes, they
because sometimes they do. You know, sometimes you think about the things that maybe were traumatic or difficult, and they make you think I can't do it.
Yes.
But you're like, mine are like, no, I did this. I can go do that. And I love that. That's a reframe.
Yes.
I think if you take anything from that, take the reframe from that.
Yes.
What were the risks that paid off big? What was the biggest risk that you took?
Taking the money from the child care center and investing it into a business. I had no clue of what I was doing. And it was, and a lot of nights I stayed up because I'm like, you know, my kids depend on me. Everybody depended on me.
Yes.
Even my siblings depend on me, you know, because I show up as a dependable person.
Right.
And I feel like the women in trucking depended on me because they was like, okay, sis, you got this shot. Take us home, you know?
Yes, and everybody's looking at it.
Yeah, everybody's looking.
I know one woman that I grew up with who has a trucking company, and she's not a black woman; she's a Native American woman. But I was like, wow, this industry. So when I saw your story, I knew that I absolutely had to talk to you.
Thank you.
Now, how do you balance running the school with mentoring and supporting your students personally?
I had to start drawing boundaries. I have to make sure now that I'm okay. Because at first I'm just a poor. And I got to a point where I hate doing it. I hated going to work. I hated mentoring. I hated it all. Until I stopped, I took a breath, like, listen, take care of you.
Yes.
So I started doing my praying, my yoga, my meditation, just pouring back into me. And now I'm like, I'm good.
You can do it. Yeah.
I can do it.
Self-care is super
Yes.
important. I think I'm going to make an assumption you're Generation X. Are you Generation X?
Who is X?
Well, I'm Generation X as well, but
I might be there, right there, yeah.
Because I think our the age group that we're from, we're used to just doing, and so when everybody starts talking about self-care, it's like, okay, I'm showering, I'm getting my clothes on, my makeup, I brush my teeth.
Exactly.
That's about all the self-care I have time for. Especially, and then you add entrepreneurship. Like, people feel like that without entrepreneurship. You add entrepreneurship, and I think there's a misnomer out there that, you know what, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm gonna have all the time in the world, I'm gonna do what I wanna do, I'm gonna be the boss. Well, now you're the boss, not just, you may be a boss, but you have bosses. Instead of one, you got about 12, 13, if you're lucky, because those are clients.
Yes.
Right? So there are so many things that we place upon ourselves. So when self-care came around, it was like, I don't have time for all of that. But if I don't do it every day, my day is not right.
My day's not right.
It is not right. So you build programs for men and women, but especially create space for women. What does that mean to you?
I love safe. You know, I always tell you that my childhood was not the normal. And so I always crave safety.
Yes.
So that's what my truck driving school is for women, safety.
I love it.
You know, they know that, you know, our head honcho identifies with me. If I have a problem, I'm going to see her.
Yes.
You know, there's no, you know, she's not going to tolerate, you know, me being abused at the hand of someone else.
I love that so much because I think there are so many spaces in the world is scary.
Yes.
And so knowing that you have a place where you go every day that allows you to feel safe and you have somebody that you can talk to and confide in, it just makes that day a little bit better. That may be the only safety they have in the day.
Yes.
So, you know, kudos to you for doing that.
Thank you.
Kenya, for those of us who want to follow your journey and see what you're building, where can we connect with you online?
I'm everywhere on social media.
Okay.
So On Track Career Academy, and my personal space is K Richard on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all platforms. You know, I have some people even stop by my office. You know, they see me on social media. I'm on Cooper Street in Arlington, 983 North Cooper. And they have no desire to do trucking. They just want to talk about life.
Wow. People just show up.
People just show up.
I think that's amazing. That speaks a lot to you. Don't go anywhere. Up next, Kenya reflects on the highs, the lows, and the biggest lessons she's learned along the way. Want more of what you're watching? Watch us on Roku, Amazon Fire, or listen on Spotify, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio, to name a few. Welcome to Be Better Than Your BS. Kenya Mobley is here with me, and now we're diving into the post game, the reflections, the lessons, the truths she carries from her journey as a business owner. Kenya, let's start here. Now, I've asked you about your BS in the past, but what are you still pushing through?
I'm still pushing through. Like I say, like cash flow. Like you that's a forever thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Listen, business owners, we don't ever get past that part there.
Right.
Even with the best CPA. It's just about how the people paying, how the people showing up.
Right.
So another BS I'm pushing through is like trying to balance like what I do here in the U.S. and what I do in Ghana and Nairobi. So it's just.
So what are you doing in Ghana and Nairobi?
So I have a nonprofit, and what I do is I take dignity kits to girls off in the villages, like sanitary napkins, soap, towels, so they can continue to school.
Yes.
While they have monthly. So just balancing out, like how do I, tend to my Americans as well as, the things I do in Africa. So I'm pushing through that too.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yes.
I mean, so many people need so much help
Yes,
all around the world.
around.
So it's definitely. What has this journey taught you about resilience and faith?
Oh, Lord, that was one of my talks, resilience. You can push through anything. It's just a mindset you have to push through it. Mm-hmm. If you tell yourself you can't, of course you can't. If you can't, of course you can.
Yeah.
You'll figure out a way.
I like to remind people that you have survived 100% of your hard days.
Exactly.
Because we can forget it in the moment. Mm-hmm. It does not feel like we're surviving, but the fact that we're still here.
Yes.
We are still here. That means that, if you're looking for a way, eventually you're going to find. And I don't want to make it sound easy.
Yes.
Because it's not. I think a lot of times when you hear entrepreneurs talk and they've gotten to a certain level, it's like, oh, you just do this, this, and this. But what is it really like to be resilient? What does it look like on your worst day?
On my worst day, it's not wanting to get out of bed. Mm-hmm. And even when you do get out of bed, me counting that as a win.
Yes.
Me making my bed, that's a win.
Yes.
That's a win. So my resilience is pushing through the minor things in life.
Yes.
That's a win. And we forget that.
Yes.
People think resilience is, I woke up, and I ran 55,000 miles. And,
Yes.
Good for you.
Right.
But let me add up my small wins to make it to your 55,000 K.
Yeah.
Walk.
But I think we need to see more of that because that's what
Yes.
you get to see on social.
Yes.
Yes, I did run this marathon, but what did it look like on day one?
Exactly.
And with those days, because and I have to remind myself of that because for everything that I've been through, walking has been saving my life.
Yes.
So I want to walk 3 to 4 miles every day. Well, something might come up where I'm like, I can only get in a mile and it feels like a failure.
Yes.
It feels like a loss, but it's like, hey, you were out there today. You were mobile. And I just did a speech about this. I'm like, sometimes resilience might be getting out the bed to the bathroom, back to the bed. But hey,
I showed up. I showed up.
Yes.
Tell me, I showed up.
Yes, you go ahead and clap through it because it is not easy.
Yes.
And I don't ever want this show to make people think that, it's easy, just keep doing it. Because I know people who are probably on the side of their bed on their knees right now.
Of course. I was one this morning.
Yeah. and I'm one most mornings, so I get it.
Yes.
What's one mistake that turned out to be your best teacher?
Depending on others. And them letting me down.
Yes. Now that's deep.
Yeah.
It's deep. Have you found your tribe now that you know you can count on?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes, I have my people.
Okay. Because that I think is super important. And people that you can let your hair down around.
Yes.
Because I want to talk about this for a second. It just popped into my head. When you get into a certain level of business, the conversation changes.
Most definitely.
You don't change, but the conversation changes. And sometimes the group that you were around they don't grow into those conversations with you.
Yes.
How did you handle that? I found that to be one of the most difficult things that I dealt with.
I just look at it now like as seasons. You know, you were good for that season. It's nothing wrong with you. You are perfect.
Yeah.
You were who I needed at that time in my life.
Yeah.
And that's how I handle them. You can call me. You know, we can still chit chat, but that access that you had to me during that season, you don't have that access right now.
I am still struggling with that.
Yeah.
I truly struggle with it because first of all, I want everybody to come. I want everybody to grow. I want, if we kicked it in middle school, I want that for everybody. But I've realized it the hard way that everybody won't come. And my aunt said to me one time, she said, you know what? She said, you've got people, she said, I see you with people, you holding them by their legs, you dragging them by their legs and they're kicking and screaming and you're trying to take them where you're going and they can't come. Yeah. And I really, really struggled with it. So I love what you said about there are seasons. They are. But I'm dragging you like, come on, we going into the next.
I've been in that space, but at what price do you pay? Because that's how it felt for me. Like the price I was paying to carry them was too heavy. It was too much. I was burning out. I was becoming depressed. I didn't even like who I was because of who you are.
But it was hurtful.
It's very hurtful.
It was hurtful. And not just for you, but for the other person. Yes. And you just realize all we have is the past.
That's it.
And I think growth does that. Growth does it, but nobody really talks about it. The people that you're leaving behind.
But I gave you the opportunity.
Yes, now that's true.
I gave you the opportunity, and that's how I started looking at it. I gave you the opportunity to grow with me because as a friend, I'm sitting beside you, and I'm sharing with you everything I've learned.
Yes. So you don't have survivor's guilt then?
No.
Okay.
I used to.
Still working on mine, to be honest.
That's why I would give everything away. If you told me, Kenya, I like this jacket, I'm coming up out of it. Because it was that survivors. But now I'm like, no, babe, I worked hard for this. Want me to show you how to do it?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
No, but I had a good friend. He had to tell me, he said, I think you have survivor's guilt. And it took me a long time to say, yeah, that's true.
Yes, it's a real thing.
Well, and you may have already answered this, but how do you protect your peace while you're carrying that weight?
Oh, Lord, I'm so strict now. I'm like the CIA now. Like, you're very strict to get access. Like, beyond, I have my personal time, and then I have my public time.
Yes.
I keep my personal time, that's mine. And you can call me I don't take phone calls after 6 p.m. You can call me all you want to because that's your phone. But on my end, I'm not picking up. That's my boundary. Like, that's my peace. That's for me, and I had to learn that.
Yeah. Yeah, and I love that you got there.
Yes.
But I'm learning so much from my guests. Y'all got me. I'm gonna be ready in a minute. Can't wait to get back and try. Try some of this stuff.
Yeah, they said do it like this. Yes.
What's the most rewarding part of seeing your students succeed?
I have so many stories. I promise you. I had one guy. He had done like 26 years in prison. And he had dropped out of school and everything, high school. And he even tried to quit truck driving school. Okay. And I went and I looked for him. And I kept looking for him, and he come back to school. And he told me, he said, you know what? You're the only person that showed me what real love was. You didn't give up on me.
So you actually drove to his house and looked up his information and went and found him.
And calling on the phone. Yes, I did.
That's amazing.
He's a truck driver now. He has a wife. He hasn't returned to prison. He's taxpaying. He got all his kids back with him. And so it's moments like that that fills my cup.
It keeps you going.
Keeps me going. Because I want to quit. Want to quit?
Yes, that's super important. Yes. I have a little bit of background. My dad drove trucks for a lot of years. And so I would just listen to him. He would call all the time because he's just on the road, and he would call, and I would be super worried about him because sometimes he'd be in whiteout conditions or it's raining hard, and or I'm calling like, where are you at? Why don't you pull over? He's like, baby, I can't pull over. Nope. I have to be there in this amount of time. And so I was kind of mad at the trucking companies because I'm like, they got these people out here, you know, in these conditions.
It's not the trucking companies, it's the consumers. So it's not the companies, it's us. We want everything right now. So it makes
that's a
our
whole
truckers,
different show. Yes.
So
that is a whole different show.
We're putting extra pressure on the drivers.
Yes, that's a different reframe for me,
Yes.
because I really, during that time of worrying about your loved one, I'm like, this makes no sense.
Yes.
Like, you know, but when you say it like that, yes, that it makes perfect sense. How do you personally define your personal culture, the energy that you bring in the room, and the impact when you leave the room? How do you personally describe it?
I always describe myself as an experience.
An experience. What kind of
I am
experience?
an
Now, it could be
honey.
a good experience or a bad experience.
Whatever you want it to be.
It's on you.
It's on you, however you want it. But I'm going to always show up as an experience to be memorable to you.
Yeah.
You know that whatever you say to me, I'm going to hold it.
Yes.
You know, go always feel safe with me. I'm going to always make sure we laugh. I'm going to make sure you always walk away with something my grandmama said that you can apply to your life. So I'm just, like I say, I show up as an experience.
And you do, because even from the first time I contacted you, Kenya and I don't know each other. And your message was so sweet back.
Yes.
Like, first of all, this is amazing what you're doing and all of those things. And most people don't do that.
Wow.
Most people, 90% of people, they do not do that. So I thought, I was like, oh man, she's so cool. Like that, it immediately made me think that without having spoken to you, you know, on the phone. So yes, you are you're an experience.
Yeah, I am. And everybody is special. And
Yeah.
that's the way I treat people. Like, you're special.
Yes.
Like, you may not know it, but to me, you're special. Like,
yeah. And it comes across.
Yes.
Definitely comes across. Coming up next, we'll have some fun with Kenya in a lightning round of quick fire questions. Want more of what you're watching? Watch us on Roku, Amazon Fire, or listen on Spotify, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio, to name a few. Kenya, we've heard your incredible story, but now it's time for something lighter. Overtime, our lightning round. So let's have some fun with these quick fire questions.
let's go.
All right, morning person or night owl?
Morning person.
What time you get up?
4:35
Why?
a.m.
Why? It's early.
I feel like that's like the most peaceful time for me. Like, people are not moving around.
Yes, I agree.
So it's just me and my own
I'm
spirit.
messing with you.
Yeah.
I'm about 6. But yes, it feels like the rest of the world is asleep.
Yeah.
And you can just have the space and time
Exactly.
to do whatever you want to do. Coffee, tea, or energy drink, or something stronger?
I'm a toss up between coffee and tea, because, like I say, I visit Africa a lot, and all of them, they love tea.
Yes.
So when I come home, I drink coffee. So it's a toss up.
I can't do the
Yes.
coffee.
Yeah, you can't do the coffee.
It tastes horrible to me. It smells amazing.
Yeah. Gotta add a lot of cream.
Now that's true.
That's me.
true. My
Add
partner
a
makes
lot of
coffee
cream.
for me every blue moon. It's so much cream. I'm like, okay.
It's a cream. Yeah, it's the cream.
What's your go-to hype song when you need motivation?
That part right there.
Motivation?
Motivation by T.I.
See?
Motivation.
Yes. that is it.
Yeah, like, come on.
That
like,
is it. You
even
are.
when I'm crying and praising God, motivation.
I love it. Most of my guests have said, I'm like, that is the song.
That's the song.
I think T.I. is the motivational rapper.
Exactly.
Because go get it.
ASAP.
I love it. Okay, if you weren't running on track, what's the career you'd be chasing right now?
The career I would be chasing right now is in the nonprofit sector.
Okay.
So full time, I would definitely be on the continent of Africa serving. Like, that's what.
I love it. There's nothing better than giving back.
Yes, that would be my
true.
full time.
Okay,
Yes.
you thinking about that
Yeah,
here in the future?
Yes.
That sounds amazing. What's one thing your students have taught you that surprised you?
My students have taught me that, you really can't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah.
Because I've had some come in, I'm like, yeah. And they supersede everything that I, thought that they would be or they
Right.
wouldn't be, or just their background.
Right.
you know.
I love what you're doing with backgrounds and giving people second chances.
Yes.
I think it's so important. My dad is a second chance person, and so maybe that's where a lot of the empathy comes from. But it's so crazy to me that something he did at 18,
Yes.
that he still deals with that, and he's in his 70s now.
Yes.
And so it's like people were different people. Who were you at 18?
Exactly.
Versus even who you are at 30.
Yes.
It can be a totally different person.
Yes.
So I think it's really important for companies to give second
Yes.
chances. I will ask this, how do you handle, because some people have violent, very, very violent crimes.
Yes.
Versus those softer crimes. Is there a difference in the way that you handle those?
So I do take, just depending on the circumstance. Now, one thing that I will not take is like a sex offender, a violent sex offender. I'm a female, so I don't take those. But it just depends. Like my brother's second chance, and he had a violent case. But my brother's not a violent person. It just depends on the environment, the circumstances.
So you basically take the time to try to
take
figure
the
it out
time.
with them and see if it's something you feel comfortable with.
I take the time. And then too, I'm a second chance. Like I've never been to prison before, but if you know my behavior, depending on what season you meet me in, you might not like me. And then I may come back in another season and I'm like, give me some grace because I'm a different person than I was during that time.
So
that's how I look at it.
I like the way you put it because we all need second chances.
Yes.
I don't care if you've been to jail or not.
Yes.
I don't think that the first impression should define how you view a person because you could be meeting them on the worst day of their life.
Yes.
How do you celebrate when the students pass the test?
Oh, we have theme songs. We take pictures. I make sure, I always give them like a certificate because, a lot of them, majority of them have not received a certificate. Like they haven't graduated, high school or accomplished things. So just having that certificate saying, look, I accomplished this.
Right.
That's a huge win for them.
I love that.
Yeah.
And do you have something where the family comes and sees them get the certificate?
Because it's like a come and go type of thing.
Okay.
So I don't. And then when it's time for me to have a big graduation, majority of them already driving over the road, so it's kind of hard to pull everybody back together. But I celebrate them independently to let them know I see you and I'm happy for you.
And how many people have you put on the road?
Oh Lord, that's a lot. Because remember I told you COVID had us rolling. So I don't know numbers, but it's in the hundreds.
That's really cool. Yes. So who inspires you the most right now?
I'm gonna be a little cocky a little bit.
Okay.
Me.
Now you're doing like Snoop. I want to thank me.
Me. I inspire me the most because I inspire to be a better me.
Yes.
I look back. I was like, just from life paths. So I'm my inspiration right now.
And actually, as you say it, all jokes aside, we have got to figure out how to be our own inspiration because sometimes people aren't there to be that inspiration.
Yes.
Or the people that are there, you don't feel like they're really understanding where you are in that space. So, I'm going to steal that one from you, Kenya.
You have to. And this is like on a personal level, like something I have. And I went through, my niece passed away. Was going through a divorce. And like business just went, I couldn't function in business. And when the lights went down, you know what Beyonce said? Like, it's just me, myself, and I. It's all I have in the end. And she was right. Because when the lights went down, I couldn't call my friend girls. I didn't want to bother them.
Right.
I had to pull my own self out of that. I had to inspire myself to get up, girl.
Yeah.
So, call it cocky if you want to. I pulled myself out of that. I came back.
That is what has to happen. I'm with you.
It has to happen.
What's something about you that most people would never guess?
People would never guess that I'm very, I guess they would say, introvert.
Really? Yeah, I would not guess that. So you can only people for a certain amount of time.
Yes, ma'am.
I call that being a conditional extrovert because I think that's how I am. Like I'm good until I'm not.
I have I do not have the fear of missing out. I enjoy it. And when people invite me out, they know, can you have 2 hours?
That's a t-shirt. I do not have the fear of FOMO.
I don't. I have 2 hours. I can go to this event with you, but 2 hours.
And because I know as I was building my business in my home city, there was an event there's always something that you feel like you need to show your face at as an entrepreneur. You give it 2 hours. Do you attend those things or?
Once upon a time, I was going to a lot of events, and that caused a burnout. And then I had to reflect more. Like, are you looking for your worth and wanting to build your platform based on these people and what they think about you? Because if that's what you're doing, sis, that's not.
But was it not the business that you were going to get potential create relationship?
But really, what kind of relationship can you create in a room full of 300, 400, 500 people?
Now, so that's where I think is my special sauce. Like, I'm in that room doing my thing.
Yeah. See, I'm good with one-on-one. Like, I see you, you see me, come here. You got what I want, you got, let's do it.
Okay, if you could instantly master any skill outside of business, what would it be?
That would be yoga.
Yoga.
Yes.
Yoga is hard.
I love it.
Yoga is hard.
Yeah, outside of business, you catch me on a mat.
I love that. What's a phrase, mantra, or quote that you live by that keeps you on track?
Oh, I have so many. One is you survive one of your toughest days, majority of your toughest days, what you said. Like, that's my mantra to keep me going. Okay, you did it like that and you survived. God's going to make a way and you're going to make it through this. So I have to always remind myself.
Now, do you have a routine that you follow every single day?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Tell us about it.
Yes, ma'am. So I'm up at 4:30. Well, it's actually 2:30. I do my praise and worship from bed at 2:30. Take a nap, back up at 4:30. Start another praise and worship. Get up, meditate, do my yoga, take my dog out. I sit on the couch, I drink my tea, I journal, shower.
That is a routine.
Yeah. Now I'm ready for the day. Yeah, but if I don't get that in, you don't get the best of me.
Yeah. Now, see, I cannot meditate in bed because I'm going back to sleep. I have to actually get up, walk across the house, and go do my thing in another room. Because I've tried laying in the bed, I'm going back to sleep.
But a dream will come. See, that's the point of meditating. Then a dream will come. Then you wake up and you follow the dream.
No, sis.
I ain't doing that, kid.
No, I will be asleep. I'm like messing with Kenya. I haven't meditated in 30 days. But I love that you can do that and that it works for you. And that's what's so special about each of us having a routine that gets you ready for your day. I think that's what it's all about. Kenya, this has been such a joy. Where can people keep up with you again? We want to follow all the amazing things you're doing.
Yes, so follow me on social media, On Track Career Academy, my personal social media platforms, K Richard. I'm out there. And like I said, you can stop by 983 North Cooper and we can have a conversation.
She's a brave woman. She's letting y'all stop by. Okay.
Yeah.
Kenya, thank you so much for joining me today. Your journey shows us that success isn't just about building a business. It's about resilience, faith, and breaking through the BS that holds us back. From dreaming your school into reality to mentoring the next generation of drivers, your story is one of grit, courage, and love. Kenya is proof that when the dream calls, you better pick up. She didn't wait for a mentor. She didn't wait for perfect conditions. She built her own lane. That's the takeaway. Stop waiting for somebody to crown you. Stop waiting for the stars to line up. Take the step right now with what you got. Faith plus grind will take you further than fear ever will. I'm Risha Grant, and this has been Be Better Than Your BS. Until next time, stay bold, stay true, and keep being better than your BS.
Be better than your BS. Got a mirror in the mind, reflecting the test. What's the truth in your soul? What's the lie you suppress? Peel the layers back, onion of success. Gotta shed that old skin, no time to regress. From the boardroom table to the block finesse. Risha breaking chains, sparking thought, no less.
Want more of what you're watching? Watch us on Roku, Amazon Fire, or listen on Spotify, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio, to name a few.
Be better, be bold, break through the stress. No excuses, no limits, just progress. Talking culture,